Hello and welcome to this August 11th edition of Sneaker News. I'm Swole Sneakerhead here to bring you the midweek stories. Real quick, I did just want to do a recap of the Nike Dunk Low Camo that dropped today in both men's and grade school sizing. The release was very limited on both Nike sneakers as well as foot sites and other sites like Shopify sites. I believe the stock on Nike sneakers was about 8,500 for grade school sizes and was under 5,000 for the men's sizes. So very limited on sneakers, and foot sites had even less stock. It was a very tough drop. I did manage to secure a size 6 and a size 7 in grade school, so a little bit of profit there, but overall very tough drop. Undefeated did not release, Kith did not release these. I think they only released at 2 Shopify stores, so not many chances to cop these. Overall low stock, and I do see that leading to the resale value maintaining about 170 for men's, and of course over 200 in bigger sizes. So if you did get a pair, congratulations, they were definitely a cook. I'm sure you've all been anxiously checking every day at noon like I have, but if you haven't, just a reminder that every day this week at 12 p.m. noon Eastern time, we will see exclusive access for the Nike Dunk Low and Off-White lot of 50 shoes going out on a daily basis, again at 12 p.m. noon Eastern time, the normal exclusive access time. You have to check the product link in my experience, unless when you do get access, it'll probably pop up on your main feed if you refresh or if you check your inbox. But for the past few days in our Discord server, we have just been opening the product link, and that'll take you to the page, and usually it says sold out, and obviously if you have access it will say, you know, in stock or allow you to purchase. But of course, just another reminder, we do have Thursday and Friday still left for stock to come out and a chance to grab these. There was about 14,000 stock for exclusive access today, so it was fairly high, and I expect the stock to be at least the same, if not more, for the next 2 days. So be sure to check again tomorrow at 12 p.m. noon Eastern time on your Nike Sneakers app. If you need the product link for the page, if you can't reach it otherwise, please join our Discord server. Now let's move on and talk about 2 big upcoming releases on both Thursday the 12th and Friday the 13th. First, tomorrow on the 12th is going to be the Jordan 1 High Seafoam. This women's release will retail for $170, and again, currently resale prices are still looking very healthy beforehand. I do expect this to be a relatively low stock release, as it doesn't seem like many stores are opening them up for raffles in comparison to, let's say, the Jordan 1 Pollen, which will likely have more stock, and overall women's releases do generally get less stock. At the time of recording, only Foot Action has the women's or adult sizing up on their product page and their release calendar. Other sites like Champs and Foot Locker for example, has these as in-store only, so raffle for the women's sizing, which I do believe that they will switch and load up to actually release online tomorrow, because from my understanding you can't enter for the women's in-store anyway, so it's likely some kind of glitch or bug just to kind of throw us off. And Champs does not have the women's loaded up, but does have grade school sizing loaded up for these, so it's not 100% sure which sites are going to drop what sizing, but I would anticipate that at the very least that Foot Locker and Foot Action will release the women's sizing, as well as at 10 a.m. Eastern time, as well as of course Nike sneakers at 10 a.m. Eastern time as well. If you want the Nike stock numbers, we should be able to get them beforehand, so join our Discord if you want them. Otherwise, like I said, this should be a very profitable release, especially for the larger sizes, but even the smaller sizes are still performing pretty well, surprisingly. Even, you know, you see size 7s here still having high bids in the 220s and 200 pluses, so definitely a release worth going for. We'll be running heavy for it, and if you do need auto checkout slots for this release, of course just hop in the Discord, you can DM me and I'll get you all set up. Next up for us, just a day later on Friday, August 13th, of course, will be the release of the Jordan 1 Fragment Travis Scott. This will retail for $150, and we should see a sneakers release as well as some other sites. I believe Foot Apps, you know, including all the foot sites, the only raffle they are running is for Los Angeles, and that is on the Foot Locker app. So if you can enter that or are willing to take the trip out, definitely go enter on the Foot Locker app. There are quite a few raffles already for the Travis and Fragment Jordan 1 Low. As you can see, we have them posted in our Discord server here. They are blurred out because they're for our members. But if you want to hop in, of course, you can join the link down in the description and enter all those raffles. A lot of them are local or in-store pickup, but there are a few that you can enter. And of course, the Foot Locker app raffle is going to be Los Angeles only. But if you want to take the trip out, if you do win, of course, you can do that as well. Beyond that, I would expect these to release first come first serve at places like Kith, Concepts, Undefeated, and a few other tier 0 retailers. I don't think it'll only be raffles like it was for the high tops. I do believe these will be backdoored extremely hard because they're going to have way more stock. So even if there's 10 times more stock and then they backdoor 3 or 4 times the amount, there'll still be enough pairs to circulate out into the general public where people won't go crazy. But I do think that these are going to get backdoored very heavily, so it's going to be an extremely hard cop. Prices will likely stay above $1,000, $1,200 in probably all sizes after the release, and I do anticipate the price will go up like it did for the high tops as well after people realize that they're not getting these. Your absolute best and potentially only chance of copying these is going to be via the Nike Sneakers app. It's going to be a 10-minute draw, I believe. It could be a extended draw, but at the moment it is loaded up as a draw on the 13th at 10 a.m. Eastern time, the usual drop time. This is going to be probably the highest stock of any retailer that has these, as well as your best chance as a manual user. So of course, make sure you enter this. If you have multiple phones or multiple people in your household that can also enter on a sneakers account, be sure to do that as well. Keep in mind, there are some basic rules you need to follow when entering multiple times from the same address. You can only enter one person on your Wi-Fi. The rest of the people need to enter via data or cellular. You cannot have multiple entries on your same Wi-Fi or you will likely get flagged. If you have multiple phones or multiple accounts on the same phone, you do have an opportunity to turn on the airplane mode on and off, and that usually does give your phone a new public IP address, so you could enter multiple entries that way. But I would definitely err on the safe side. I would do one on your Wi-Fi, and as many phones as you have, your friends and family can enter for you on their cellular data. Be sure to enter up for that. They are also dropping the merch to go along with it. I'm not 100% sure what resale will look like on this. I would anticipate that this hoodie and the t-shirt should have some value, even the shorts as well. And of course with Nike sneakers, it is free shipping and free returns, so there's really no harm in going for it. And if it does brick, you can always return it within, I think, 30 days. Any more information that we receive on this and any new raffles will always be posted in our Discord server, so make sure to join if you're looking to stay up to date. We have 2 busy days of release ahead of us, but of course don't forget this Saturday, August 14th, for a retail price of $170, we will finally get the Jordan 1 High Retro Pollen. This black and yellow colorway is looking very healthy in resale. Prices over $240 in all men's sizes right now, and like I mentioned earlier, I do believe stock will be relatively high for these. There are quite a few raffles already posted for this release as well, all posted in our Discord server for our members. There are much more raffles for these than the Seafoam women's Jordan 1, like I mentioned, so I do anticipate that stock will be higher. Again, stock will probably be something close to like a Shadow 2.0, so you should have a decent chance to cop, but at the same time, resale should remain relatively high following this release. I do anticipate the numbers to dip quite a bit immediately following the release because there's going to be a lot of panic resellers that don't understand how the Jordan 1 market works. But hold on to these pairs, get your grade school sizes as well, and they will definitely be profitable. More info on this release will of course be in our Friday sneaker news episode, as well as posted constantly in our Discord server. That is going to wrap it up for our Wednesday edition of Sneaker News. If you'd like to join our Discord server and get auto checkout options, as well as constant updates on these releases and other releases like in-store restocks for PS5s and sports cards, join the link down in the description now to hop in our Discord server. Throw us a follow on Twitter at Soul Supply Co. We post all of our success and whatnot on there. And if you do hop in our Discord server, be sure to message me, Swole Sneakerhead, so that we can get you all set up. On Friday, we will talk more about the Pollen release, as well as upcoming releases for the rest of this month, because there are still quite a few even after this big week. If you guys are still watching, thank you so much for joining me. Please drop us a subscribe, turn on your post notifications. I have been live streaming every drop and will be live streaming the Jordan 1 Seafoam release, as well as the Travis Scott release, and of course the Jordan 1 release on Saturday. So be sure to throw us a follow. I will talk to you all soon. Have a great day. This is Swole Sneakerhead signing off.